Most beloved sons and daughters of Supreme Father and my dear brothers and sisters, Namaskar. Yesterday I have told you about the depression. Today I will say you the cause of economic depressions. There are two main causes for economic depressions. First, the concentration of wealth, and second, blockage in the rolling of money. If capital is concentrated in the hands of a few individuals or the state, most people will be exploited by a handful of exploiters. As a result of this process of severe exploitation, a serious explosion takes place. This explosion is known as depression in the economic world. The concentration of wealth, and particularly the concentration of the value of wealth, is the fundamental cause of a depression. Secondly, a depression may occur when money that is in the possession of individual or a state capitalist stops rolling. Money remains inert or unutilized because those capitalists think that if the money is allowed to roll freely, then their profits will decrease, even though it will bring relief to the common people. The very psychology of capitalists is to make profit from the rolling of money. When they discover that the investment of money does not bring profit up to their expectations, then they stop rolling money. This keeps money immobile or inert. Consequently, there is no investment, no production, no income, and hence no purchasing power. The situation becomes so dangerous that there are few buyers to buy commodities. If there is surplus labor and deficit production, the effect of depression is more acute. Bihar, Andhra Pradesh, especially Telangana region and Odisha are surplus labor areas. So during a depression, these areas could face indiscriminate closure of business houses and layoffs. When wages fall, the people in surplus labor areas who used to go to deficit labor areas for employment will be subjected to more hardship. This will aggravate the unemployment problem in surplus labor area. In such situation, restricting transfer of food among different socio-economic units could lead to an acute scarcity of food in the deficit production area. And therefore, a common system should not be introduced. Countries and regions with surplus production and deficit labor usually suffer less hardship during this depression. An economic depression in capitalistic countries will not spare communist or so-called socialist countries. India and the Middle East. India export many raw materials to industrially developed countries and their satellites. India also purchases raw materials such as raw cotton from other countries. Although it It used to export such materials in the past. Therefore, to the extent to which India is dependent on other countries for its export or imports, it will be affected. India also has immense loans, and these loans will put a strain on the Indian economy during depression. The fire spark of the depression will not spare India. If the financial or monetary trade, or say the trade that affects bullion, is lessened and barter trade is increased, then effect of depression on India will not be much. Therefore, India should try to increase its range of barter trade. Bangladesh exports manufactured goods, raw jute and hide, and imports foodstuffs and almost all other articles. If Bangladesh want to avoid a depression, it will have no alternative but to increase its barter trade. In time, the Arab countries, those selling oil, will be the most affected one. Even the communist countries will not be spared from the onslaught of depression. These countries have not been able to solve their food problems. Although they have huge buffer stocks, they depend on Canada, the USA, and Australia for wheat. If these dollar-based countries suffer from a depression, the communist countries will certainly be affected by a depression, although not much. Depression is not a natural phenomenon. Pause is a natural phenomenon. In a Proutistic structure, pause may occur, but the depression will not occur. To save society from depression, the approach of PROUT is to increase purchasing power by increasing production, reduce disparities in the value of wealth, and increase the circulation of money. That is, by keeping money rolling, empty slogan will not do. Attention will have to be given to increasing the level of production. In capitalist and communist countries, the more